think it's important to explore kind of these longer term risks of understaffing. So, from your perspective, what are some of those long term hidden costs or even pitfalls if an office has to close because they don't have a dentist?
Sure. I mean, there's going to be an immediate impact to revenue and how much production you're bringing in a particular day. If the office is closed, there's no revenue that's coming in. You have to worry about things like your brand reputation. If the office is having to close too much, are you starting to lose some of that patient pool? If someone isn't able to come into the office for a period of time and needs that care sooner, are they more likely to go to a competitor or to someone else and not stick with that particular office? There's also trickle down impacts that we see with the rest of the clinical staff. So if we don't have patients to come in, eventually hygienists and DAs, they don't have as much work coming in that impacts their pay and their workload. And so obviously with their livelihoods to maintain, they need that work coming in as well. And so you're also at risk of losing some of that clinical staff, which is just as hard to backfill in some cases.
Yeah, thanks, Melanie. And you mentioned cost concerns, loss of revenue. Tanya, that was something you had mentioned earlier. So any add-ons from you on this?
I sure will. And boy, Melanie hit on some really good ones. When we are working with a client and they let us know that the result of not finding a contingent dentist would mean they'd have to close, it's very powerful for us because we get the sense that we are in the clinic or we are the patient, right? We are feeling the loss there, and that revenue is most immediate and impactful. But those operating expenses, right, are still going on. You still have to pay the rent, you still have to pay the electricity, and oftentimes other salaries, insurance, and taxes and equipment. So you still have those costs and you're not generating the revenue. I know Melanie mentioned brand reputation, but the culture and morale of the team can really be impacted negatively, which is that calls into question their desire. Is this where they want to stay? Do they want to move in? Which is going to, again, create more costs. We've even heard with some of our clients, there comes into play regulatory compliance issues when they have to close. There could be fees associated with that. Reopening requires compliance with various dental regulations, could potentially involve inspections and even updated licensing procedures. So there's a heavy weight that comes with having to close an office, and we certainly feel positioned to do whatever we can to help our clients not get to that point.